Oops, forgot to do the intro. How's everybody doing? Why do we have... I wonder if it's because this is so far back. Let's see here. Does that look better? Does that look okay? That looks okay. Hi, Carol. How you doing? Happy Saturday to you, too. I'm finally starting to feel a little bit rested. I know I'm a little late to the party, but I discovered melatonin. And I think I'll never, ever not have melatonin. Well, I've always been a very good sleeper. Never had a hard time sleeping. I do have a hard time getting to sleep, so like before I go to sleep, it's a little bit of an issue. But yeah, I'm a pretty good sleeper. So anyway, that's what I know. So I thought that we would play around. Hey, Kathy, how you doing? Hey, Katie. Oh, I want a massage. Jelly. How is it? Pretty good. The physical therapy's going well. My leg's still a little bent, but I'm hoping that'll just fix itself over time. I have to spend a lot of time with it kind of suspended, and I just never get the right position. So we'll have to see how I get that done. Anyway, my next surgery has been moved up, so I'm going to have it in 3.5 weeks now. And then at that point, you're going to have to forgive me, but I'm going to take a couple of weeks off because at the same time I'm recovering, my daughter's going to be staying with me, and we're going to be getting the house ready to put it on the market. Oh, well, I'm glad you're getting a massage then. So anyway, so that's kind of, I've got to take the time and focus on that. It turns out that there's people who may be interested in my house already. So that would be nice, just have it sold. And they don't mind leasing it back to me until January, depending on how much that costs me. So anyway, hey Shelly, how you doing? So anyway, so now I'm getting a little bit more rest, which is good. I was working on some different album projects because everybody showed some interest in folios, etc. And it's so funny because I was like, oh, let me see if I can make a new folio. So this is funny. I made this one right here. So this is like based on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, right? And then this is based on a 6 piece. But anyway, I made them, and I didn't intend for them to be exactly the same. I made them in 2 different ways entirely, and they turned out to be exactly the same. And I was like, oh, well, this is going well, isn't it? So I don't know. I'm like, I don't know what to do. But well, what I was trying to do was, here's what the thing was. I wasn't successful in what I was trying to do. Why am I crazy? What did I do? Thanks, Katie. Katie has a couple of my folios. They turn out to be great Christmas gifts every year. Okay. So I was looking at the one we made the other day, and I wanted it to be a little bit more or less fussy to build. So that's kind of what I was going for. But I was doing it while I was... Ooh, that'd be cool. Ooh, what if we had it so that it closed in it, or it opened like that? Ooh. Oh my God. They're already packed, and I couldn't ship them to you. It would cost me thousands and thousands of dollars. Well, okay, so yeah, but I mean, you got to strike while the iron's hot. I can't just wait till everything's perfect. It's never going to be perfect. I'm not going to be doing the work. The kids will be doing the work. Shh. I'll be, do this, do that. And I'm sitting here. Oh, I'll be, okay, go move that there, and then sweep the floor here, and da-da-da-da-da. It's not going to be hard. And I have a handyman lined up, and I'm going to get people to clean the house. So yeah. No, I'm practical. I just know that if I wait until I'm all wetter, then I'll find another reason to put it off. You know what I mean? Anyway, So again, the timing will never be perfect, and trust me if I tell you that life can't get any worse. Delegating is tiring. I know. I spend my life delegating, so I understand. I have a 24-year-old son living with me, helping me out. It's constant. Oh, excuse the barking. My realtor is outside setting up a patio set on the front porch and cleaning up the front porch and taking a photo. So she's awesome. So anyway, so I can't, and she has to move my car out of the driveway. I told her to send it to me so I can Photoshop the picture and make it look all pretty. Anyway, so yeah, so I was trying to make album bases. 'Cause here's the thing. I really think I love making folios. I would like to have them be a little bit more, shall we say, Garanimal-like, if you understand what I mean. Just easier to put together, right? And so I really liked this one, this size, because it measures 6 inches by, I think, 11 inches. Yes, 11 inches. So basically a half of a 12 by 12 piece of paper would fit on here. So that leaves you the ability to really do some things with the pretty papers. Like I just have this random piece of paper sitting here, for example. Let's say I just wanted to have, like, if I really loved one piece of paper, I could make it that it covers like this whole area and just have little seams, just cut it there and cut it there, and then have it cover the whole area so you get the whole picture, for example, I saw the delegating is tiring again, and I thought about my life. So anyway, so yeah, so this is why, yeah, when I do all the cutting and everything, yeah, Katie just will sit there and go, I don't know. And so then I have to cut it all out and she puts it together. So anyway, okay, so this is why I really, really like this size. So then we've got some other issues that we want to deal with, okay? And so first of all would be, what happens if you do love a piece of paper and you want to put the whole piece here? You don't want to cover it up with different things, right? So then the idea was would be to have different elements that you can fold down out of the way so it kind of surprises you. Yeah, Katie doesn't have. Yeah, you do. You have how many animals? She can't tell you because there's so many. She has lots of patience. Anyway, so yeah, so this is what I was kind of the idea I was playing with in my head, right? So how can I make this system so it's kind of, how would you say? What message did you retract? So I was trying to think of, I'm working on this right now, actually. It's just, okay, so what can we do? So I like the idea of being able to have one whole piece of paper that I can cut into pieces to put here. I really think that would be cool. Or you could put it here, or you could put it here, but I think in the middle it just suits it better, right? And so in order to have it that it would be able to be revealed over time, we're going to want to layer some different pages on top of it, okay? So I've never done this kind of work before, I will say that. I've built them from a design, but I've never really designed it. So yeah, so just to give you the rundown of how I created this, it was pretty easy. It's 8.5 by 11 paper. This piece here I cut to the right size. It measures 6 inches. So this is a 6-inch piece by 11, right? So because I also wanted to have it be as little cutting as possible as well. This piece right here is scored at, okay, so what you do is you cut, I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. I got to remember. Okay. So this piece right here in the middle is 8.5 inches. Okay. So what you do is you score it at an inch and a 1.5 inches, and at 7.5 inches on the other side, right? And then you just notch the ends over here, do the folds, and put it together. So that's one whole piece. All we had to do was score and do a little snipping, right? Then the next piece is how big was it? So this piece is 7.5 by 11, and I cut off an inch, and I scored it on one side at an inch and on the other side at a half an inch. Okay, did my little notches, and went to town, put it together. And then this last piece on the end is, and I'll write this. Eventually I'm going to put this in writing. Then the other piece is 6.5 inches, and it's, clearly scored at a half an inch, and then it has a 6 inches on that side. So wait a minute, are these both 6.5? No, this one's just 6 inches because it's on the 1 inch strip. It's around 12 by 12. It's not exactly 12 by 12 because it's 11. It's 11 by, how big is it? Let's see. The center ends up being 11 by 13 3/4. Yeah. So you have a little extra space, but once you do your 1/4 inch around the edge, right? So you're going to cut a half an inch off of each side. That kind of adds up. I would like to do something like that, Kathy. I'm it's hard to, maybe when I have more time to plan next year, because I would want to do it whereby I can, put together a kit and send you the kit, and then we can all sit on Google Meet or something, or YouTube or whatever, and put it together. You know what I mean? It would alleviate you having to go shopping and all kinds of fun stuff, and it'd just be a real easy, fun project to do. So, yes, exactly. And as I said, I always want to try to have some place where, you know how it is, if you've got a really big piece of paper that's beautiful and you don't want to cut it, don't you want a place to put it, right? And once you put Cartabella paper on the front and back of this paper, this is 110-pound paper. Once you put the Cartabella paper on it, it becomes very rigid and sturdy. It's not gonna fall apart. I've got albums that I've made that are years old, and they are in great condition. Oh, that was weird. Just went out of focus for a second. So yeah. How is California? Is it all orange where you guys are? So then I've made this. So then the next thing is we want to be able to create. I want to be able to create different spaces to have album space. I want to do a waterfall. That's okay. So we're going to start off today. I'm going to show you how to make a simple waterfall element to go in. Actually, not a simple one. A complicated waterfall element to go into this album. And eventually, we'll have all these pieces and we'll be able to put it together. Okay? So, we're going to start off with a piece of, we'll probably need a couple pieces, but we'll start off with one piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, the heavy duty stuff. And I'm going to cut that down to 5 3/4. Okay. And then, or do we want to do 5.5? No, that's fine. And 5 3/4 is nice because you can get, remember how I made that other album or the last project I did, and I just did it like 6.5 inches, and it was really bothering me because I wasn't getting as much out of my 12 by 12 paper as I normally would. So these measurements, using it 6 inches or less, you can get a lot out of it. Ooh. Oh, that's awful. So you're staying inside, I assume, for other reasons besides COVID. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we have this now. It's 5 3/4 by 11. The 11 doesn't really matter. It's just how big it is. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is we're going to create some notches. Okay. This is where I need a little bit of remembering. So you have to bear with me. It's been a little time since I made this. Okay, so let me see here. Bear with me. I just need to get a few little directions. Oh, my doggies. Okay, so let's see here. Hopefully there's... No, that's not right. Sorry. My realtor showed up just before this, so I didn't get as prepared as I really wanted to be. So you have to forgive me. As usual, something got in the way. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Where is it? I think I have to search for it. Menu. Oh, shoot. Sorry about this. There it is. Oh no, that's not good. I need a reminder of my measurements, you know? Let's see here. Here they are. Bear with me. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is we're going to score. Let me see here. First, I have to decide how big a piece I want. So 3 by 5 is a card. Is a card. So 3 by 5 is the picture size we're going to go for in this. Okay, and we can just trim down those 4 by 6 pictures. And so, so we're going to have it be 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. Okay. So what we're going to do first is we're going to shoot up from the bottom and we're going to score at 3 3/4. We're going to do it this way because it's just easier. Okay. Then the next thing we want to do is go up a 1/2 inch, move that line that we just scored up a 1/2 inch and score again. And we're going to do that however many times we want. However many cards we want to do up the top here. Okay. So I'm going to do, let's do 6. Yeah, I'm sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I almost got the cutting tool. 5, 6. Okay. So now we're going to bend that over, and we have our 6 pieces that's kind of like going to be like a folding action. Yeah, it's just terrible. Is this the one that was started by a gender reveal party? I mean, that's just crazy. I mean, talking about, no offense, but talk about unnecessary. You know what I mean? It's like, I find that gender reveals to be a little bit off-putting. It's just another reason to get presents, right? Okay, so now we have our accordion kind of fold. So then when you pull it, it'll fold like this. Does that make sense? Okay. So then the next thing we need to do is we're going to cut a bunch of pieces that are 5 and, oh, this is where we, let me think here. Maybe I want to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut this down to 5.5. And you know why? Because it's going to mean that I can get 4 pieces out of each piece instead of 2. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's just better to do that. And we're trying to make it easier. Oh, it was lightning. Okay, well, that's a little different. That's a little different than a gender reveal party. But the gender reveal party one is still offensive. It's like just not cool. Unnecessary. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make, this one's going to be one of the mats right here. So we don't need to do anything for that. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mats is what we need. So, and it's 5, and we need them to be 5.5. So we can cut it in half like this. And then we're going to cut it down to, what is it? What did I say? 3 3/4. But I guess we're still doing 3 3/4. Wait a minute. Okay, so we could change this. I decided to change it to 5.5. So we're going to do 3.5. So all I need to do is measure this line here to 3.5. Put it at 3.5, and cut it, and we're good to go. Okay. So now we got the 3.5 by 5.5. Okay. So now I'm going to cut 2 3.5 pieces out of each one, on each side. 1, 2, and then 3, and sorry, the dog is behind me, under me, making a nest. And we can use these for little pockets or something later. Okay, so we got 4. Let's see, how many do I need? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we need 5. So we need 1 more. I'm like, where's the paper? It's right there. Okay, so we got 1 more piece, 3.5 by 5.5. Okay. Oh, we might be able to use those for that too. Okay. So that's going to be, and this part's pretty easy. Now, what you would typically do, and we'll do this afterwards, but you would put a piece here and a piece here, and you would just line it up and put it, oh, wait a minute. Something's off. 5.5? Is that 5.5? Huh. For some reason, these aren't 5. I don't know. That's weird because it's 11-inch paper, so I don't know how that happened, but Well, that's 5.5. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Those are 5.5 too. That is not 5.5. Let's see here. This one doesn't look like it's 5.5. So you're going to go through it and make sure they're all 5.5 inches. I find if it's a little tiny cut, it's better to start at the bottom and go up. And I just had a little issue with the corner, so we're going to make pretty corners now because that's what happens when you have a little issue with the corner, you know? Okay. So there are a couple that just were a little bit off. Let me see here. Let's do a fun corner on these. Let's see here. Where is this thing? Okay. I've got stud or scallop. Which one? I'm going to do scallop. Let's do scallop. Because I'm going to use this paper pack with this. That's these pretty flowers. Wait a minute. Do I want to scallop? I don't remember what stud and scallop are now. Silly me. Let's see. Now we have to pre-cut to see. Okay, that's a scallop. And this is a stud. Oh, yeah, I definitely like the scallop better. For this project, I think the scallop's going to be better. Just a minute. I have to clean out my thingy, my bar. How many of you are really bad about cleaning these out? I'm really bad about it. My friend Carla, she's like, oh my God. She just yells at me because I never clean it out. But I'm like, it's my punch. If I don't want to clean it out, I shouldn't have to clean it out. You know what I'm busy card making. I don't have time to do these things. Anyway. So now we're going to do that on each corner. We're going to cut out a scallop. So then we got some pretty scalloped edges. I think that was right. Wait a minute. I don't know if I did that one right. It's a little off. Well, I'll tell you what. Today in Texas, it's humid. Not very hot, but humid. Okay. There's the part this is the reason I'm doing it. So we better make sure to do that corner. Okay. And these punches, I don't know if you guys have any of these punches, but you could probably do like 3 or 4 at a time. You could do a piece of metal, for goodness sakes. It's crazy how much power these things have. Okay, and then we're going to do the bottom of this as well. Okay. Okay, so we got that done. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to glue these down at each, well, let's see here. We don't do anything at the first one. So at the second one, I'm going to glue that down to that 1/2 inch flap there. Okay. So there's a couple ways I can do this, but I'm just going to use my glue. Yeah, exactly. It's like a never-ending slap, you know? Anyway, it's funny. Okay, so I'll put some glue here. And sometimes I'll just put glue all the way down, but not today. You know what I mean? Just cover the whole thing because you're going to cover it anyway. But anyway. And lining up the sides, lining up the lines, and then I'm pushing it down. Okay. You'll see where I'm going with this in a minute. Hopefully I'm doing it right. I'm trying to go from memory. But it's been like a year since I've done one. And you guys know how my year's been. So hopefully it'll be okay. But I just thought, wouldn't it be fun to have all these elements that you can just have created and like mix and match them? Like you just spend some time making these kind of elements. And then when you go to make an album, they're ready to go, and you just say, oh, okay, I'm going to put this in the album and that in the album, you know, and just go with it. So, because there's so many different albums you can do, different ways. There's a 3 billion, no, there's a Google. There's a freaking Google of things you can do. Right? Okay, so there's that. Okay. Isn't that cute? It's already turning out so cute. Trying to line it up really well. That little piece is bothering me. It's like this little hair. Well, that's just... Yeah, and that's not the reason you want the weather to be better, right? The temperature, at least. What's the air quality number? I remember when I was in China and I was at Tiananmen Square, and it's like, or we were in the Forbidden City at the time, and it was like you couldn't see in front of you almost, and it was in the 400s. What was it, Katie? Do you remember? Okay, and we just have one more to go. Wait a minute, did I see Hadassah and Laquita? Did anybody show up and I didn't see? I'm sorry if I missed somebody. Nope. Okay. Well, if you're there anyway, or later on, on the fly afterwards. Okay. So then, there we go. We have our adorable little waterfall. But now we want to give it some action, right? We don't want it to just, be sitting there. So, let's see here. Just give me a minute. I gotta look at this. Okay. Just a second here. I'm waiting for these measurements. It's so silly. Okay. So then, the next thing, we're going to need another piece of paper. Or we need one of these. Oh, where is that? Now we need the mechanism that we're going to pull to make it go like this. You see how that's going to work? It's kind of fun, isn't it? It's really fun, actually. You just want to sit there all day. Bye, Katie. Oh, wow. So the air is moving it about. Have a nice massage, Katie. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a strip of paper, which I happen to have a strip right here, and we're going to wrap it around the top where let's see here. We're going to wrap it around the top where it meets the top at the top, like so. Okay. Okay, so now I just took a piece of paper so it doesn't completely fit, but that's okay because it's going to fit inside the card, you know? Did I put it in the wrong place? That's okay. I didn't. Oh no, that's... Oh, I can't remember. Let's see here. Anyway, so here's one of the elements. Maybe what we'll do is we'll figure that part out later. So I'm going to make that, but then, well, and here's another thing about it. So you can make this one here, and this one fits, where to go? This one fits on it like this, right? So then we'll put the actions in later. How about that? So then the next thing you could do is you could create pockets, okay? So let's say I want a pocket that's going to be just a hair shorter than 11 inches long, like a side pocket. And let's see, it's 6 inches. So we want it to be 3 inches deep, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to cut a piece that's 3.5 inches by, and now we want it to be, hi Laquita. Oh, it'll be, yeah. So then, okay, so what was I doing? Okay, so then we want it to be a little bit shorter. Let's say we want it to be 10 3/4 inches because we don't want it to be, what's the word? Over the edge. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so we've got an 11-inch piece of paper here. The only problem is that that's only gives us a 1/4 inch. So we're actually going to have to go in a little further. We want to create it where at each end we have a 1/2 inch gusset. So it's going to be a little shorter than that, than the 10 3/4 inches. But if you had an 11 or 12 by 12 piece of paper, you could do it with do it that it's 10 3/4 inches. But anyway, we're going to go with the simple route. So we're going to go in a 1/2 inch here and score, and a 1/2 inch here and score. Okay, and then a 1/2 inch on the third side, not on the fourth side, just on the 3 sides. Okay. Oh, that wasn't a 1/2 inch. Oops. That's okay. Not a biggie. Okay. So now the next thing we want to do is we're going to take our scissors and we're just going to cut across where those lines, we're not going to cut where they, just a little bit over from where those lines coincide. Yeah, you could do this on, these are like elements, so you could use them on a card or whatever. Okay, so we're going to cut off our little notches there, okay, and then fold these over like so. Now, to continue on with the theme, I'm going to take my scallop punch and I'm going to cut scallops. Now I'm going to push it in real hard because it's doubled up, but that's okay. See, like butter. Isn't that funny? It's just like butter. Okay, and then we've got a little flap there like so. Okay. So now we have a little pocket that can go on one of the sides. So like we got a pocket that we could put here, we could put here, we could put here, just anywhere we want. And I like that there's a little room around it that you can see the paper that we have underneath. So that's kind of nice, you know. Okay, so then the next thing is, and what I would propose doing is having another piece of paper, or I guess you'd get the, yeah, you wouldn't have to, you just put this on. So you could have these cut. So let's say you had a strip of scrap, right? Like this. You could make this into a pocket and have a bin full of different elements for making your card, making your folios, you know? So another way you can do that is we would want to do like pockets. Okay. So let's say we wanted to do pockets that are going to go, let's do a gusseted pocket that's going to go above our little waterfall element. Okay. So this measures, remember we got it, it's 11 inches tall. Let me move this over here. It's 11 inches tall. And so this measures 6¼ inches, almost exactly. Okay. So we're going to allow for about a ½ inch under it for the mechanism to be able to pull. Okay. So 6¾ inches. Okay. So that leaves us with, what is it? Hey Siri, let's see here. Wait a minute. We don't have to think. We can just use Siri. Hey Siri.
I don't have an answer for that.
Oh.
Is there something else I can help with?
Hey Siri, what's 11 minus 6.3? Or, hey Siri, what's 11?
11 minus 6.3 is 4.7.
Hey Siri, what's 11 minus 6.75? Doesn't always work.
11 minus 6.75 is 4.25.
Okay, so we got 4¼ inches. So let's make a little envelope. This would be a good size actually if you wanted a place to put like little business cards or whatever, little business card size things. So what we'll do is we're going to have it be, how wide is it? Okay, 5½ inches wide. So then we need a piece that's 6½ inches wide. And I think we might be able to use, I think we can use this piece right here. Let's see here. I love how the 6½ is right in the middle here. Does anybody have the new Stampin' Up! Cutting board? I'm thinking about that one. So 6½ inches. And then that gives us enough for a half. Oh, was I going to make this gusseted? I was going to make this gusseted. Okay. I guess it doesn't. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we're going to make it gusseted. So what that means is we're going to have little, a little accordion piece in the middle so that it pops out a bit. Does that make sense? And then we're going to put a little flap on the top. Okay. So, hey, oh, I said hello, Laquita. Okay, so to have it gusseted, you're going to want to do, we're going to do a ½ inch gusset. So, or I think gusset's the word. Is that the word? Maybe that's not the word. So, what we're going to do is we're going to do several, at one end, we're going to do several ½ inch scores. We're going to do one to be able to secure it to the card. Then we're going to move that over a ½ inch. And then we're going to do two so it'll pop out, like it'll give it a little bit of an accordion type quality. Okay, so we have, it takes 1½ inches. Then we want our piece to be 5½ inches. So we're going to go on this, we're going to flip it over, put this inside line at 5½ inches, right? And score. And then we're going to go over a ½ inch and score, over ½ inch and score, and then over one more ½ inch and cut. Okay? Then we're going to go from the bottom, and this one we only need to do a ½ inch. So we want it to be, what did we say? It's 4¼ inches. So we want it to be 3¾ inches tall plus a ½ inch. Oh, imagine that. It's 4¼ inches. Okay, so we're going to cut that, and then we're going to go to the 3½ or 3¾ inches and do a score line. Okay? And you don't have to write these down. I'll write them down. Oh, that's okay. That's fun. You were at the library? Woohoo! Who doesn't love a library? I've always worked at libraries, like in the schools, when the kids were in school and when I was in school. Anyway, so we've got this. Now we're going to cut off, and we're going to kind of notch the edges here. So we're going to cut a little bit over. Do you see how I did that? Can I see how I did that? Does that make sense? See, just like a little triangle. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So not like right along the line. That'll help it fold better. Okay. Anybody who gets to get out of the house, we'll just all live vicariously. Okay. So now see, we've got this little gusset. Does that make sense? Now the next thing we want to do is we're gonna push that all together. We're going to see what scraps we have to be able to make a what's it called? I can't think of the word. Oh, look at that. It's exactly the right size. Don't we love it when things like that just work out? I do. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to attach this to this, like so. Like that, and then we'll have a little cover. Isn't that cute? Okay, so let's do that real quick. But again, if you got, like you see, I'm using scraps essentially. So I'm going to start by just doing this bottom piece with the glue. Oh, so I said I introduced myself to melatonin. Wow. That stuff really does help you sleep. I thought it was like all of, you know how it is with some of these things? Oh, it helps you sleep. And you're like, yeah, right, whatever. And call me a pessimist, right? And anyway, so, and these are all, anyway, so I took it. Michelle gave it to me when she was visiting because I was having such a hard time sleeping. And it did actually help me fall asleep. Well, the last 2 nights, I took it before bed. I got my own because Michelle's gone. And she took hers with her, which is understandable now that I know the beauty of it. And so anyway, so I'm just trying to make this straight. Come on, just be straight. Okay. So we got that. All ready for our upholstering pleasure. Anyway, so not yet though. Let's see. So then we're going to put some glue here. And it's good to use the liquid glue on this because it gives you a little extra time to move it around, you know. And you don't want to go too close to the edge that'll go underneath inside the pocket because you don't want it to close the pocket that it won't even close. Okay. Tell me this wouldn't be a cute envelope. Oh, it is a cute envelope. Look at that. Okay. So see, I made most of that out of scraps, right? Again, imagine if you had scraps that you could just make into things and then have them sitting in a what's it called? Whatever. In a bucket or bin or whatever, just for elements to... Now what I want to do here, and I don't know if I can do it with this, let's see if it works. I want to make some little score lines. You know when you have those what do you call them? Here's what I'm going to do. When you have those manila fold, not manila, yeah, the manila, when you have the manila folders, I'm going to line up the inside here and mark where it is. Underneath a little bit so I can see on the other side. Okay, so now I can turn it over. Oh wait, I can see where, oh my god, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so now I can put this piece, that's the furthest, so we want to do one right here. Let's see if it'll work. Yeah, that's better. And then we're going to go a little bit over to the first. I want to go to, like, there's a little line. You can't see it, but there's a line. Trust me. We'll do another one. And we want to do a series of lines about 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch apart. I don't know if it's turning out. Yeah, 1/8 of an inch. We're doing 1/8 of an inch. So I did a number of those. So now we've got, like, it's a 1/2 an inch, and it just kind of, if you score each of them individually, each of those score lines, then it'll make it so it moves more easily and opens and like, what's the word, expands, as it were, you know, to go with the gusset, or the, whatever that thing's called. Is that a gusset? Can anybody tell me? Oh, you're trying to get a good waterfall? I'm like, go to Hawaii. No, I'm just kidding. Little humor. Okay, so see, now it's kind of got that little rounded edge. Does that make sense? And then, of course, we need to add our little scalloped edges. This is fun. Isn't this cool? See, this was my thought. Let's make a bunch of elements and make it into an album or a folio. This is the thing about a folio, is you're making all these little elements that you just put in there. It's not really with pages, as it were. I haven't done anything with pages yet, like that you create the pages. Now, see, this is cute. And then it has this little opening. Isn't that cute? All ready to be assembled or to be decorated, right? And then, just to show you, where'd the waterfall go? I lost the waterfall. Oh, there it is. Now the waterfall isn't finished. I have to figure out the mechanical part of it. But just to show you, for example, so let's say this went here and this would go here. Okay, see how that works? Now, that's not to say I'd put it there. If I was going to put it there and I wanted to be able to put that big, huge piece of paper, then what I might do is I might have little flaps to go under each one that you could lift the flap, and then there'd be another, the picture would be down here. So I don't know if I'm going to do that yet, but again, so this is 2 of the elements, and then this is the 3rd one. So we could put this one like right here or something like that. I probably actually put this more on this side, you know, but we'll see. Or maybe not. Maybe I'd put it in here. I don't know. We'll have to see. See, this is how it would fit. Okay. Actually, I could put it here. And then I would put maybe a little thing across that holds it closed. I think this is so cute. You just put a little magnet. So adorable. And this will be closed. Oh, okay, Hadassah, this is how it's going to work. It's hard to explain, but there'll be an element that'll pull it. Isn't that fun? So I could sit there and do that all day. Trust me, I've done it. So the next kind of element we would like is vertical. No, this is a vertical pocket. So it would be fun to make a horizontal pockets, right? So let me show you an idea of how to do that quickly and easily. So we're going to go on the 5.5 inch measurement again. Oh, and of course I put it all on top of the thingy here. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it down. We want 5.5 inches wide, but then we want 1/2 an inch on each side. So we're going to do 6.5 inches. And so we go to the middle right there, right there. Okay. Then we're going to want 2 pockets. Okay. So there's a couple different ways we could do this. If we want to just keep it all together and have less size, I guess is what the word would, well, do I like that way? Let me think. Which way do I like best? I like the idea of having the scallops at the top of each one and possibly at the bottom and the top of this whole piece. You know what I mean? Siri's telling me good afternoon. Go away, Siri. Okay, so that being said, we have our 6.5 inches. Let's do 2 different kinds. Let's do this one first. This is going to be, we're going to score it at 1/2 inch on each. That is not 1/2 inch, Joanne. At 1/4 inch, or at 1/2 inch on each side. And don't worry about remembering these because, again, hopefully I'll put this into a more formal tutorial, but right now we're just playing, okay? Think of it that way. These are me getting ideas for the future. It'll be fun. I love folios. Folios are always fun. So now the next thing I want to do is I want to figure out where my pockets are going to be, okay? So what I'm going to do is let's see, we've got 11 inches total. And we don't have to really think about this too much. I think I want the first pocket to be just below half. Okay, so let's say, okay, so first of all, we're going to need 1/2 inch at the bottom, right? Okay, so then we want it to be, I'm going to turn it around because I'm going to put that 1/2 inch mark wherever. I don't want it to be 5.5. I want it to be 4.5. Let me see how big that is. Yeah, I like 4.5. So we'll do 4.5. Then I'm going to move this. I'm going to make 2 1/2 inch score line, or well, maybe just one. Okay. So I made this 1/2 inch score line. So then I'm going to fold it at that 1/2 inch score line and then fold it back at the other one. So see, now I've got 2 pockets, or a pocket. Okay. So now I want to create another pocket, and we're going to make that about, let's see, maybe that 4.5 was too much. We can change our mind. You know what? I think 4.5 was too much. Let's have it be, let's see, if we go 4, I'm trying to think if it's 11, or it's not 11, it's going to be 10. So then 10, 4, let's see here, we got 4, 3, and 3, that'd be 10. But I want to do, maybe 4.25 is fine. Okay. So I'm sorry, I'm trying to do the math to figure out where I want it to be. Okay, so then the next one, let's have the next one be 2.5. Okay. And then we're going to do another mark here. Okay. So now we're going to fold this over this way, and we're going to fold it over this way. So now, as you can see, we have 3 pockets. 1, 2, and 3. Okay? So, but you're like, how are you going to put anything in here? Well, it's not that difficult, but it isn't easy either. It will require skill and a sharp knife. Really, it just requires a sharp knife. So now I'm going to cut a line in the inside area. I'm going to cut a line between the 2 1/2 inch marks with my surgical blade. Okay. And it's nice because on this glass mat, the glass doesn't give at all. So it just cuts. See? And it doesn't have to be straight because nobody's going to see it. So it doesn't have to be straight or anything. And what I might also do is just cut in a little bit and just cut a little bit more out to give it a little bit more space. Okay? So I'm just giving it a little bit more space. So it's not quite so fussy. Or, you know, you can just slide something in there quite easily. Okay? I still think you can, but just in case. Okay. Being that you can't see it, why not, right? So then I'm going to, this is going to be, the next thing I want to do is I'm going to do some notching here because I don't want this piece in here if possible. I'd just like to have one layer. Does that make sense? So I'm just going to real carefully notch it. I'm not going to go all the way to the end because I want it to stay together. And this is going to happen. Okay, so this is going to fold in like this. But do we even need that? Let me look. We don't even need this. So we're going to just cut it off. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Okay, so then we're going to cover it up like that. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to take my, I'm going to fold in this flap here. I'm going to take my scallop punch and hopefully be able to put a scallop in it. You know? I'm going to try and move it out of the way. Does that make sense? Yeah, exactly. No bulk. Oh, I gotta move this out of the way. Okay. Let's hope I do this on the right side, right? I think that'll be okay. So see, then it's going to go like that. Then this will go back where it's like that. Then we'll do the same thing at the other intersections. Okay? So let me just do that real quick. And again, I don't have to cut the whole bit off. I'm going to cut enough off, but not, I'm going to make sure that it's still kind of attached, you know? So that it doesn't, that make sense? Then it's just still one piece. Okay, so then we're going to fold this up here, fold this over here, put this in here. Oh, gotta fold this over here. Okay. Get it all moved out of the way. Does that make sense? Okay. See how, oh, well, that one went out of the way a bit, but that's okay. It's still fine. It'll be fine. See, it'll just have to, oh, now it fell apart. Okay, well, so much for that. Maybe it's a good base for how you could create it. You know what I mean? Okay. Okay, so we did that. And then that's going to be like that. And then we're going to do the same thing on these edges here. I guess we'll just do it like this. Maybe I'm making this harder than it is, but I'm kind of making it up as I go, so you have to forgive me. Oh, okay. Maybe I can start off by doing that part. Oh, we got that scalloped. We're going to use a paper pack for this called Flower Market. It's so pretty. I know. I'm just like, oh, great. Anyway, so now we'll do this last piece here. I know how I can change that up in the future to make it better. But, you know, the first time you're doing things, I'm being vulnerable, people. I'm not perfect. But hopefully this tells you, you could just experiment. It's just paper. Okay, so then we got that, and we got to do one more cut. what a mess. Little bits everywhere. I hate to think what's inside my thingy. I mean, well, what do I mean by thingy, you're wondering? My scallop punch. Okay. So then with this one, we're just going to go here, and we want to cut it here. And this time we're just going to cut along the edge. And then maybe that's enough. What do you think? Oh, you know what? I think it's enough. I don't think you need to do that other cut. Let's try it. Okay. So now we're going to put this all together. Okay. You know what we're going to do though? I'm going to cut this part off because who needs it? Since it's kind of hanging there, it kind of is weird. Okay. Okay. Does that make sense? Oh, I think my blade needs a little bit extra. Okay. And then we're going to cut these bottoms off like this. Oh, you know what? I don't have to do the bottoms scalloped because I didn't do... Oh, wait, did I? Maybe I did. I don't know if I need to do them scalloped. Nah, it's my decision, right? Bye! On that happy note. Yeah. I'm me messing up. Okay, I'm gonna cut this piece off too. Okay. So then we've got all these pieces to put together to create a pocket that's gonna fit. So what I'm gonna do is I want to create a base for it so it's something that's just separate, you know. So I'm gonna cut it to 5.5 inches. Okay, and then maybe this is where I can put something's making noise. Huh. Okay, it's that creepy thingy from the other day. Can you guys hear the people in the backyard? Now, if I just go down to the bottom, and if I line it up on the bottom, and I know you're going, should you really be starting at the bottom? Yes, definitely. And I'm not putting too much glue towards the center because I don't want it to get glued shut. Man, my son is live streaming at the same time, and whoo. Okay, so we got that. There's one. And then we can do this one here. It's just gonna go fit in like so. Isn't that cool? I like it. Okay, so we're gonna put glue on the outside here. Can't wait to see what the realtor did in the front of my house. It's funny. She was here just when I was going to go online. So I had a 5-minute chat with her and had to run. And I had to leave her with my car keys so she could move the car and all of this stuff. It was funny. I was like, my new car keys, be careful. But then she drives an Audi, so I figured if she breaks my car, I'll tell her that she has to give me hers. You know? Anyway. Okay, so that's the second pocket. And then the other one, we just fold up like this and put in the folds here. And you may wonder, why did she put that backing on it? Well, if I put the backing on it, all of a sudden I can make it into something that can move, you know? Okay. I think she left it for staging because there's somebody interested possibly in my house. But I can't let them in yet because I don't have the house ready to sell yet. Okay, so there's that. And then last but not least, let's put these scallops up at the top too. So you could even do it. This is going out on a limb, but imagine this here and then you could take your other pocket and you could put that there, or you could put this on the back and have it be that it flips down and it does that, or make it longer. You can do all kinds of things, you know. So there's our pockets. Isn't that nice? Okay, so you want to see how it works, I bet too. Right. See? Put things in. Put things in. Put things in. So you can put really long things in this one right here, you know, goes all the way down. Isn't that cool? So does that look good? Let's see here so you can see it. Turned out cute. So now let's see what we got so far. Oh, keep losing the base. So see how it's like, and then have it be like, it's kind of like Legos, you know? So see if we put this with another piece so it would fold out. And then you could put it where this is over it, like this. And you could put magnets in it, and this actually reveals that. You know? Does that make sense? There's all these different things you can do. You just have to make little hinges or whatever. Actually, with this one, I probably want to make it a little bit shorter so that it's not, yeah, let's see here. I want to make it, I want to do it maybe, I'm just kind of, I want to center it. I want to have enough room to put a piece of paper behind it to do this, you know? So if I was going to do that, I want it to be about, let's see here. So I'm going to cut it right there. I'm going to cut it right at the scallop, and then I'll just re-scallop, for lack of a better term. Or maybe a little bit less. Just ballpark it. Okay. So now it just goes kind of in the middle. Now it fits in the middle nicely. See? So yeah. So, and as I said, I could put it this where it covers up that top pocket so you don't even know it's there. You know, it's like a surprise, right? Oh, there's you lift it up. Oh, there's pockets, you know? So there's that. This can go over here then, or this can go over here, right? Does that make sense? So anyway, oh my God, it's 3:20. I was having fun. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I hope it gave you some ideas. I kind of run to get ready for work, and I have to put I have these stockings I have to put on while I'm working, otherwise my leg blows up. So and get all my computers turned over from filming videos to working. Sorry about this. Oh, so I hope you like that. And so I'll show you one more little thing real quick, okay? Do you like this kind of thing where we're learning to make these different elements to put it all together? Is that fun for you guys? Let me know. And then, let's see, and we've got that other thing too. Okay. What was I going to do? Oh. I don't know if I have that paper pack handy. Oh, let's see here. Here's the paper pack that we're going to use with it. Well, and these are all things, as I said, you can use them separately or you can use them together. Like that one envelope is a great, what's it called? Gift card holder. Okay, so let me show you real quick. Pretty. Lovely cut aparts. We're going to use all those. Beautiful paper with the wreath. I never get sick of these market papers. Look at that. That's really, it's like a watercolor finish. Little embroidery circles. More cut aparts. Oh, nice. Beautiful wood paper. Beautiful check. Oh, look at the plants. We're going to have fun with this one, huh? And then we've got more pretty flowers. And more. Ooh, love these. Love these. These are so cute. And then, oh, gorgeous. And more flowers. Gotta have the truck, right? I'm trying to do different things. I mean, you can watch people make cards all over the internet, and even make folios, but I'm trying to do things that are different, that break it down a little bit more and make it easier. Oh, be yourself. Life is too short to be someone else. See, that's what I'm doing. I'm being me. See, and here's, like, this isn't exactly the right look, but, you know, you have a picture like this that's, that you don't want to cut up too much. You could use that for the inside. And then you got this. So, beautiful papers. Beautiful paper. Oh, and the stickers, of course. We got stickers. That'll be fun. Oh, look at the bicycle. How cute is that? It'll be fun to decorate. Okay, and we're going to add some pop-up elements into it and all kinds of stuff. Let's hope we can get it finished by the time I'm going to go have my other surgery. Oh, now, I don't like having to stick this in with the sticky part, so I stick the sticky part on the edge of the desk. You can kind of see it. And then I can slip the paper back in, and then I unstick it and do that. Anyway, okay guys, gotta run. Thanks again for joining me today. I hope to see you next time. I think I'm shooting for, what day? No, I can't remember. Tuesday. Tuesday at 2 o'clock. Okay? And, and other than that, well, I think I'm a lot younger than they are generally used to with this surgery. So I recover a bit faster. So, thankfully. Oh, anyway. Okay, guys. Well, I will see you next time, okay? Goodbye, Shelly. Goodbye, Hadassah. Bye, Laquita. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye, Carol. Oh, Carol's already gone. And I said Shelly. Who else? Who am I missing? Anybody else I'm missing? Kathy Aguilar. Be safe, you guys. Stay healthy. And I will see you Tuesday. Bye.